Welcome to Featured Films. My name's Joe. Today we're doing it. We're actually doing a full-on movie review, and it is for Thor Love and Thunder. Let's get into it and talk about if this movie brought the thunder or if it needed more love. Okay, so first things first, this movie is the fourth Thor movie. So it is the first one of the original Avengers to ever get more than 3 movies, which is kind of a big deal. But, I mean, the first 2 Thor movies were not exactly the best. So, really, just Thor Ragnarok and now this one have been much better than those original 2. That being said, this new movie, Thor Love and Thunder, was a blast. It was all fun. It didn't take itself too serious. There were serious moments. It got into some deeper conversations. There's some things in it that I don't want to spoil, but if you're a comic book fan, you're kind of expecting. And it just took the time to have some laughs with that typical Taika Waititi humor. It was just very kind of quick-witted and goofy. Everyone was just kind of ridiculous, and I love that he just takes the time to make everyone, even though they're these people saving the world and they're supposed to be like the ultimate badasses and heroes, that they're really just oftentimes idiots and just messing up. And I like that he does that with all of his characters and pretty much everything. This movie obviously has Chris Hemsworth coming back as Thor. We have Tessa Thompson coming back as King Valkyrie. And we even have Taika Waititi himself, the director, coming in playing Korg like he did in Thor Ragnarok. Now, there are some other new additions, kind of returning characters. We have, it was a big deal during the whole trailer and pre-production and everything, and everyone was kind of pumped to see what they're going to do. And we got Natalie Portman coming back as Jane Foster, also known as Mighty Thor. And I don't know about you guys, but I was super excited to see her come back. I'm glad she's back in the movies, back to doing things and bringing the Mighty Thor character to life on the silver screen, showing us what she can do. And likewise, we have Christian Bale coming in playing the villain of the movie, Gore the God Butcher. And Gore in the comics is super crazy, super powerful, goes on a rampage, and that's what Gore kind of does in this movie. For reasons that get in there, but without spoilers, he goes after and is attempting to kill all the gods. And the movie opens up right away with a very dark kind of scene to set the tone for Gore and his character. And then, typical Taika style, he jumps immediately into just goofiness. And I love that he always has that, style and juxtaposition where he does that. Now, this movie does take place where there's been some time that's passed with Thor and the Guardians, and there's a bit in the beginning where they kind of catch us up on everything that's kind of been going on, and a little bit of a montage kind of, and it's super fun, super hilarious. I enjoyed it. And it makes Thor just even more ridiculous. And the scene, the action, everything, the acting, just everyone just made it super over the top. It was just so much fun because, like I said, this movie doesn't take itself too serious. It's meant to be over the top and ridiculous with these characters. I thought that Natalie Portman and Christian Bale, the two kind of new additions, sort of, with, Natalie Portman being on the first and second one, they really took over this movie. So I'm really glad that they brought them on to the cast so that way they can bring this new energy and life. And Christian Bale is super weird and creepy and a bit of a fanatic in the movie, and I love it. And Natalie Portman is just weird and goofy, and just, she is shredded in this movie. It's crazy. She actually clearly put in some time in the gym to pull off the look of Mighty Thor, and her acting was stellar as well. So I'm pumped with the performances that they brought. My issues with the movie, there were a couple times where the CG like looked off. It was very noticeable that it was computer graphics, which you're like, oh well, yeah, it can happen, but Marvel's kind of got a reputation for doing everything, the best of the best. And so when we get a couple scenes to where some things look a little off, it really kind of shines the spotlight on them. There were a few things that I think that if they had spent a little bit more time, maybe could have made them look a little bit better. But ultimately, they're quick things, really minor. They're not anything major to the story, and it didn't take away from the movie. It was just like something like really small and nitpicky. But people on the internet are gonna find things to just dig at the movie, to hate it. I've heard people saying the writing was terrible and that the plot was weak and that they stole the finale from another movie and all kinds of things. And we're, 100+ years of making movies. It's hard to have a movie, let alone any story, where anything is really truly original. It was still fun. I enjoyed what they did. It was a good time. I would definitely recommend, like, if you're a Marvel fan, to go see it. I would recommend people go out, check it out. It's a great time. There are going to be people that are going to be upset, but who cares? There were two scenes, three scenes where they kind of mention two. Well, we had a gay couple and a lesbian couple mentioned, and there was no shocking less than a second Buzz Lightyear kiss that's gonna like set the internet on fire. But you never know. People are ridiculous and will complain about anything. But they mentioned that in the movie, and then like I said, with the things with like the small nitpicky stuff, people are gonna find things to complain, whatever. But it's a good movie, super fun. Like, the costumes are incredible. Like, they're constantly changing things, and so it was just like fun. I think Thor had like 3 or 4, 5 costumes. He had a lot of stuff, but they were all hilarious, all excellent. I like the little like vest, like leather vest jacket thing he kind of had. Um, yeah, it was a good time. If you really enjoyed Thor Ragnarok, you'll enjoy this movie just as much, maybe more, maybe less, but it was still a great movie. Taika brought it, Chris brought it, Natalie, Christian brought it. Like, everyone was on their A game. I thought they were putting on performances. People are going to say it was terrible acting, but they were all acting like kind of awkward idiots at times, and so it was meant to be that way. So I don't know why people are saying it's bad acting when it's great acting, because it's acting meant to be a certain way. But I don't know. People are just terrible and don't see the art of it. And so, I mean, most things these days are for just the general public and masses, and if it's not the lowest common denominator, then people just want to find something, they'll complain, they'll hate it. But if you like Thor Ragnarok, definitely check this one out. It was so much fun. I'm definitely gonna be watching it again. I don't know if I'll go see it again in theaters, but I'm definitely gonna watch it several times whenever it comes out on streaming, and that's gonna be in like 6 months. But I mean, it will be super cool. Maybe less, because they already got Doctor Strange on there, so we'll see. But I digress. Definitely go check out the movie. Check it out in theaters. Take your friends, your family. They do say the word shit a lot in this movie. So if you don't want your kids hearing the word shit, maybe like shitty and shit, maybe don't, take them. But otherwise, if you don't care, it's a good, fun movie. They'll have a great time. And yeah, let me know what you guys think about the movie. If you've already seen it, if you're excited to see it, comment down below. Let me know. And again, thank you so much. If you've made it this far, please like, comment, subscribe, and I will check you all next time. Later.